Hey guys, welcome to Leganes United, welcome to another video, and today I wanted to sit down with you guys and, try to get back to regular of making videos, and I have to make videos to get back into this, and today I want to discuss Ansu Fati. The topic Ansu Fati, I think it's an excellent moment to make this video. I've wanted to make it for a long time. I talked about it for a bit yesterday about what's been going on. The rumors linking him to Manchester United, this and that, and I think we all are having those questions of what's gonna happen to Ansu Fati. Is he ready to step up, to be considered an important player in the first team? Should we sell him maybe? What would be the price tag that someone would have to pay in order to be okay to Manchester for him to go to another team? And taking all that into account, my analysis of the situation is that we need to renew Ansu Fati. We need to renew Ansu Fati, and if someone wants to take Ansu Fati off our hands, they have to pay 400 million euros. At least 400. Have a release cost of at least 400 million euros. I think that's what it should be. And you might be like, how is it 150 for a 17-year-old is already more than enough for someone that hasn't even played a full season yet? And to a point, yes. But also, what is it going to cost? What do you think Ansu Fati's value is going to be in a couple years if he plays regularly in the first team for a team that generates a couple chances, that is dominant over other teams? How many goals do you think Ansu Fati is going to score? How much do you think a 20-plus goal season striker like Ansu Fati, or let's call him a 20 season plus forward that is in his early 20s, how much do you think that's going to cost? Well, let's compare him to the other goal scorer, very young forward in Europe right now, that is Kylian Mbappe. How much is Kylian Mbappe right now? If you want to pay it, if you want to buy Kylian Mbappe, it would be around 300 to 350 million euros. And Ansu Fati is younger by 2 or 3 years. So we have a player that has the potential to be one of the best players in the world, and not only that he has the potential to be one of the best players in the world, but he's so young. He's 17, and more important than that, he was raised in Barcelona. He knows what playing for Barcelona is. All these people that have been talking about, the people right now from Barcelona that are the board, that are kind of saying that, well, we cannot trust in La Masia, we cannot trust in our youth academy because we're not getting the Messis, the Xavis, the Iniestas, we're not producing those kind of players anymore. Well, Ansu Fati is there, and you bought Trincao. We have Ricky Puig, and you want to bring in Pjanic. I've mentioned it over and over again. You've done so good purchases for young, really good players for very cheap like Todibo, and you want to offload him to God knows bring in who else. You gotten rid of Grimaldo, of Icardi, Deulofeu, Adama Traoré, Keita Balde, Thiago. You want to let go of Rafinha. How many players do you want to let go of? How much potential do you want to waste? Because we've produced so many good quality players that are in Europe right now that should be ours, that we could got product out of them. We could have gotten very good opportunities into the first team, and we did not do that. We instead focus on doing other things, and look what's going on right now. Ansu Fati for 150 million euros is not good enough, and for his release clause, not good enough either. Because the problem is that when we get that money, all the other teams are gonna know that we have all that money, and you're gonna double or triple the prices of the players, just like what happened when we got the money from Neymar. We got the money from Neymar, we had to pay double for Coutinho and double for Dembele. We did not make a single piece of business, and arguably the team didn't improve. We have a team right now that is in a very delicate situation because we have a core of young players, but also the core of older players. We need to start the transition now. And like I mentioned it, we right now need to trust in Riqui Puig in the midfield, Artur and Frenkie de Jong. Those need to be our core center midfielders. And when we find a very, very talented center defensive midfielder, or a very box-to-box center midfielder, then that's where we need to put the money in. And what I mean by that is, whenever you figure out what you want to do with Frenkie de Jong, because I admit that de Jong so far hasn't been as good this season, and we really haven't found his position because at DM and at center midfield it's been difficult for him. But once we find his position, then we'll be able to buy that last piece of midfielder that we need, because we need a more intense defensive-minded midfielder that is younger. Like, we need to either have an Arturo Vidal but younger, or a Busquets but younger. And for me, I've mentioned already, for me those two options are either Camavinga or Sandro Tonali. Other midfielders like Pjanic, Fabian Ruiz are very good midfielders, but it's not what we need, because for that I'd rather have Rakitic, I'd rather have Arturo Vidal, I'd rather have Aleñá, I'd rather have Collado, Monchu, Riqui Puig, obviously, instead of bringing in players that you don't know if they're going to succeed. They don't have a guaranteed first team spot. You have the likes of Arturo already. You have Rafinha, who is a super talented player. Up top, you brought in Trincao. All of a sudden, if you guys look at Sport and Mundo Deportivo, whenever Trincao does something for Braga, all of a sudden he's the headlines. Like, Trincao scored a super goal. But Ansu Fati scores and he's like, okay, Ansu Fati, good, he scored a goal. The difference is it's like they're trying to sell us Trincao like the next big thing just because these were bought him. Why? I've heard so many times people that wanted Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo to play together. And for the first time, you have had a chance to kind of do that, to kind of experience what Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo would be like playing like. Because to a point, and I'm not saying that Ansu Fati is at the level of Cristiano Ronaldo, but Ansu Fati is the profile of Cristiano Ronaldo, at least in his early years. Ansu Fati, right now at Barcelona, is pretty much the Cristiano Ronaldo that arrived at Real Madrid. And I'm not saying that he's the same level of the Cristiano Ronaldo that arrived at Real Madrid, but he's a similar profile. He's been molded into that, into a forward that starts from the left and tries to drift towards the middle, attacking the space, being very dangerous, with a lot of power, being very focused in scoring goals. That's what Cristiano Ronaldo was, and that's what he's become. He's become one of the best forwards of all time. One of the greatest goal scorers of all time. And Ansu Fati has the potential to do that. That's why I've considered so much that Messi maybe should play as a center forward, as a false nine, just so you could have those two players cutting from the wings inside and drifting and causing a lot of danger. Like when we had Villa and Pedro. Or if you want to kind of call it like Real Madrid when they had Di Maria, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo, which was very, very good for them. Like those kind of profiles is what we need to be looking at. And we have those players to do that. We have Dembélé. You want to bring in Lautaro. You have even Suarez right now. Griezmann should be able to do the job. He hasn't done it yet, but should be able to. And you want to bring in Trincao. Why? Trincao could be a really good player. I'm not disregarding that. He looks really good, and he looks like could be a good player, but why? Why do you bring a player that we do not need? We need a left back at the moment because you don't seem like you trust Firpo. I think Firpo, to a point, could adapt into the team, but it doesn't look that way. It doesn't look like they're going to give him time. It doesn't look like the Barcelona fans are going to allow him to have time. So I've mentioned it before. If you don't trust in Firpo, sell Firpo, buy David Alaba, and sell Umtiti. Because Alaba this season has been absolutely fantastic, playing both in the centre back role and playing as a left back. He could be your substitute left back for Jordi Alba and play as a centre back, competing that centre back spot, play a lot of minutes. Only has 1 year left on his deal at Bayern Munich. could be a fantastic purchase, and you can keep Todibo. But all of a sudden, Todibo has been doing spectacularly for Schalke. Okay, he made a mistake the other day in playing out of the back, but who doesn't make a mistake playing out of the back? Piqué makes mistakes playing out of the back. Umtiti, Lenglet, Ter Stegen, Alba, Semedo, Sergio Roberto, they are all really good players playing out of the back, and they still make mistakes. Why can't Todibo make mistakes? It shouldn't be like this. We're to a point, we have really good scouts that recognize really good potential. But what are we doing with that? Like Pjanic, when I heard rumors of Pjanic, I was like, what? Why do you want to bring in Pjanic? You have Riqui Puig, you have Aleñá, you have Moncho, you have Collado. And we have a player in the B team that's called Ilaix Moriba, who basically, if I had to call him for something, it would be Paul Pogba. He is the Barcelona version of Paul Pogba. Let's generate an opportunity for him. Instead of buying players like Trincao, we have Carles Perez. Okay, maybe not as talented with the ball, but was doing pretty good at Barcelona for the minutes that he was given. Abel Ruiz, I'm sure that he's going to be doing pretty good for Braga when he starts getting minutes. You want to bring in a player like Neymar. Instead of doing that, trusting Conrad de la Fuente, the young winger American that we have at Barcelona. Has pretty good dribbling skills, could develop into a really good player. I don't know because I haven't watched him, because I haven't had the opportunity to watch him at Barcelona. But Ansu Fati right now, what he's been able to do, what he's been able to become this season, he's absolutely fantastic. He has played around 700 to 800 minutes and has scored 5 goals and I believe 1 assist or something like that. I don't know if it's... I know that he has almost a goal to game contribution this season, and that is remarkable for a 17-year-old that is not getting continuity, or is not getting the continuity that he should be getting. He should be starting every other game, and the games that he doesn't start, he should get at least 20 minutes to come off the bench. That's what he should be getting. Like this season, he's proved that he's ready to be our 4th to 5th forward. Before, there were doubts that maybe we needed more cover, but right now, I know that we can trust in Ansu Fati. If he doesn't get injured, if he doesn't have injury concerns, he perfectly can be our 4th, 5th forward right now. Be a starter, that's other words, but to be our 4th to 5th player, to give competition to the players up top, definitely. Like so far this season, our best 3 forwards have been, I would like to say, Messi as first, and then Ansu Fati. The third spot is whether Martin Braithwaite or Luis Suarez, because Luis Suarez was good some part of the season, not so good. Braithwaite just arrived, and Griezmann has been heavily inconsistent, and Dembélé, he's been injured the whole season. But so far, Ansu Fati has been our second best forward, no doubts about it. So, instead of going to buy these like very shiny names that you don't know what you're doing because you want to bring in a midfielder when you already have like a bazillion midfielders, you want to bring in a forward when we already have Ansu Fati, we have Dembélé, you don't know what you're going to do with Dembélé. Is he going to Liverpool? Is he staying? Is he going on loan? What are you doing with him? Where is he going to play? You want to bring in Lautaro, but you also want to bring in Neymar. You want to keep Griezmann. Like, what's going on here? What's the plan? You want to sell Todibo, but then you want to trust in Araujo? Because what? You want to sell Todibo for 25-30 million euros, and buy what? Who are you going to buy that's better than Todibo for that price and that age? He's what? Like, Todibo is so young. He's like, what, 18, 19 years old. The level that he has right now is like, he's a player that is probably going to cost in 2 years' time 60 million euros. Why? Why can you use him? Piqué is like, what, 32, 33? If you want to keep Piqué, keep Todibo, and Todibo can be the replacement. You have Ronald Araujo, you have Lenglet. If you want to sell Umtiti, that's fine. At this point, I think selling Umtiti is not such a bad idea. Then we can focus on maybe buying the Ligt in a couple years' time. That'll be fine. Like, what's the plan? What is the plan here? What are we doing? Like I said, Ansu Fati needs to stay. He cannot leave. He needs to be our mainstay forward because we need him. He needs to be the face of Barcelona for the next decade. he has the potential to be the leading player for Barcelona for the next decade. Let's not waste that. But anyways, we're done said and done. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next one. Blaugranes.